Welcome back, welcome back, guys, to the Thoughts When I Close My Eyes podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Bakhti, or iJabs, as I'm known as in the social media space. I feel like I have a lot of explaining to do, guys. I'm quite literally shaking right now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, and it's been almost a month now it's been over a month now since I've uploaded my last episode. And this was not my plan at all. I did not want to take a month off of the podcast by any means. You guys know by now how passionate I am about this. I just feel like life has just hit so fast, and I don't know why I've taken this time off. Um, so thinking back now to when I was planning on uploading the next episode, this episode, I was planning on recording probably around the start of September. It's almost the end now. But I decided to take the long weekend off, Labor Day weekend. I took it off, and I don't know why. Just every single week since then has just been jam-packed. I was preparing for my fourth year of university, which I'm in right now, getting settled into the semester, which I'm still doing. Currently, I'm in between jobs right now, so I've been working all that stuff out. Life has just overall been jam packed. Overall, it's just a busy time of year for me. And if there's one thing that you guys should know about me, for the people who don't know me that well, the people who do know me know this already, but for the people who don't know me that well, it's that consistency has always been a very big issue of mine. It is one of my biggest flaws, I'd say. And I just wish that I could be more consistent in life. And obviously everybody has things that they wish they could work on for themselves, but that's probably my biggest thing right now is just consistency and staying consistent with the things that I want to do. And this is one thing. This is a passion project, guys. I make no money from this podcast. I'm not monetizing any of this. This is a passion project. This is something that I want to do for you guys and that I want to do for myself, because I feel like looking back on this for in years to come, I feel like this will be something that I can be proud of. And just spreading a positive message as best as possible is something that I'm passionate about. And spreading awareness for mental illness is something that I've always wanted to do, especially since I started battling it. And guys, I don't know what the issue is, but just recording this right now, I feel anxious. I don't know why. And I know I shouldn't be forcing myself to do this. This isn't something that I should ever have to force myself to do. But for whatever reason right now, I'm nervous recording this, and I can't explain to you guys why. And that's the shitty part about mental illness, is that you don't know how it's going to affect you sometimes. You don't know when it's going to affect you. And it's been a stressful time in the last month or so. I don't know why. I guess it's just school. School's been a huge stress of mine over the past couple of years. And I just, I'm nervous. I'm always nervous. I'm always scared. I have a fear of failing. I have performance anxiety. I have social anxiety, depression, what's it called? Seasonal affective disorder. Just like things like that just affect me this time of year worse than it does any other time of the year. So I guess I'm just shaking a bit. But yeah, consistency is just a major issue of mine. My anxiety gets really bad when it comes to scheduling and set dates and stuff like that. I don't know why. I can't explain. If you guys know anything about anxiety and consistency, and if they go hand in hand or not, drop a comment down below or send me a text or something. Let me know, because I honestly personally don't know. I want to do this podcast when it feels right for me. And when I feel happy with everything, with life, and when I feel happy, I want to feel happy with what I put out. So yeah, that's kind of the down. That's the down note, or what am I trying to say? That's the that's going to be the low point of this podcast. I do have an episode planned that I've wanted to talk about for a while, and it uh it is a little happier. So, um, but yeah, aside from all that, I just wanted to say thank you guys for your support on the first two episodes of the podcast. You guys have blown me away with all the feedback, and I just appreciate you guys listening to me. I'm just 21-year-old kid sitting in his room talking to a screen. So for you guys to give me feedback and for you guys to say that the things I'm talking about are helping you guys, it helps me too in doing that. So thank you guys. Um, I just wanted to touch on one more thing about anxiety. It has been getting the better of me. I haven't been feeling like myself lately, and I've just been keeping my head down and focusing on the grind. Um, that's just all I've been doing. I've been focusing on my grind. I've been focusing on school. I've been focusing on switching up jobs, and it's laid a lot of stress on my shoulders. So if you guys have been feeling a little stressed or a little anxious or whatever around this time of year, let me know, because it'd be helpful to know I'm not the only one. But the reason I did really, really, really want to push to put this episode out is because September is Suicide Prevention Month, and it's a topic that really touches home. Um, I've been wanting to address suicide as a topic. I know that this topic can trigger some people, so if you are somebody that is triggered by anything that has to do with suicide or suicide prevention or anything like that, then maybe you should click off of this podcast. If you're listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube, then maybe just click off or fast forward or something, just so that you don't get triggered by what I'm about to talk about. Um, keep that as your warning. uh, so something that I wanted to touch on is I am in the gaming industry, and uh, being in the gaming industry, you see a lot of things, and that doesn't just have to do with game development. I'm talking more around the content creation space, the Twitch and the YouTube and anything around that. I've seen in the last couple years, I've seen Twitch streamers who have taken their own life because of cyberbullying, and just overall they just weren't happy with what they were doing, and they wanted an outlet, and they didn't feel like they had one. I'm not going to name any names because that's their business. Um, but it's sad, and it really opened my eyes as to how toxic the social media space can be, and what what how our what am I trying to say? How our generation is continuing to digress as the years go on, and as we continue to use social media and find new social media platforms. I feel like as a whole, and I'm sure everybody's heard this many, many times before, but I feel like as a whole generation, we need to do better. We need to start spreading positivity. We've gotten to a point now with COVID, and everybody's behind their screens all the time, and everybody is entitled to their opinions on things, and that's the thing though. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. That doesn't mean that one opinion's right. That doesn't mean that another opinion's wrong. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion about a topic, and that doesn't give anybody free range to just go and put somebody down because of it. We as an entire generation just need to do better when it comes to that kind of stuff, because we live in a very sensitive world. The world is very sensitive about everything, anything and everything, any topic you can think of. somebody is probably sensitive about it, and that's completely fine. People are passionate about the things they believe in. People are passionate about their faith. I'm passionate about my faith. And people have their opinion about my faith, and that's okay. I believe in what I believe in, and other people believe in what they believe in. But that doesn't give anybody free range to just go and put somebody down. So guys, please, every single day that you wake up and you scroll through social media and you even think about putting something negative out, and I'm not going to even act like I'm Mr. Perfect. I've put people down on social media before too. I feel guilty about it. I don't feel good about it. I've seen what kind of chaos it can cause, and it's not good. It's a miserable thing to put somebody else down over a screen. It's one thing to joke around with your friends and to do all this other stuff in person and everything else. But when it comes to somebody you don't know, a complete stranger, and they say something on social media or whatever, and you go and put them down, you don't know what they're going through in their life. And it's very sad to see. I don't quite know what I'm trying to say here, guys. It genuinely saddens me to see some of the things that people say to other people online. Everybody's so tough behind a screen. Everybody's a keyboard warrior. Everybody can tweet anything on Twitter and put other people down. But would you say that to their face? And some of you might, but most of the time, no, you wouldn't. If you saw that person in person, you would not say what you said to them online to their face. That was my little rant about social media. I've gone through phases over the past 5 years of suffering from depression where I've had to delete social media because the negativity that I see on there has triggered me and has made me go into these states of depression. And I don't know how. Again, the thing with mental illness is you don't know when or how it's going to affect you. You could wake up one day super happy, the next day you're going to wake up super sad. You don't know. That's the thing. For me, rainy days, it's been raining the past couple days, I've been kind of sad. Little things like the weather, things that we can't change, can affect your mental illness. And that's the thing, is it's so, what's the word? It's so, you don't know when it's gonna come. It's unexpected when it does come. What I'm trying to, I'm getting off onto a tangent here, and this is not what I wanted to do. What I'm trying to say is, like, it's very, 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 very easy to feel alone in this world. We live in a harsh and a cruel world. It's easy to feel alone. But the most important thing is to know you're not alone. And there are resources out there. And I'm not telling you to go and use them, but I'm saying that is an option. And if any of you guys feel alone, never be afraid to reach out to me. I'm not an intimidating person. I've gone through my fair share of shit over the past couple of years. I personally think I'm approachable. If you guys ever need to talk to somebody about anything, feel free to reach out to me. My line is always open. As cliche as this is, it is okay to not be okay and to not feel okay. It's a cliche statement, but it is true. Because sometimes you feel like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? But it's natural. When you're going through shit, when life continues to pile up on you, when the numbers of COVID-19 continue to fluctuate and go up and down. Life is stressful. You got to give yourself some credit. Life piles up on your shoulders and you don't even realize it. It's invisible, but it's there. It's stacking up, right? You just, you got to find a way to smile. You got to find whatever it takes to smile. And it's, guys, it's easier said than done. I sound like a broken record for anybody who knows me. I've been saying this for years. You just gotta find a way to smile. It is easier said than done, but you just gotta find a way to smile. Because life is gonna continue to try and test you, and it's gonna push you to your limits. But you need to look life back in the eye and say, fuck you. This is my world. Fuck you, this is my world. Okay? Excuse my language. I'm sorry for anybody that doesn't like explicit language, but I swear a lot, so if you're listening to my podcast, you're just gonna have to get used to it. That was my little tangent about Suicide Prevention Month and depression and mental illness. I like to get into these little segments where I just talk about things and I can get off onto a rant, so I apologize. This is probably like having a conversation with me on the phone. If you guys have ever been on the phone with me, this is probably what it's like, I imagine. Just me talking and talking. And I hope that my words can be comforting to some of you guys. I wanted to talk about good habits I've been getting into as we've started to end off summer and kick off the fall. So if you guys look behind me here for the YouTube viewers, if you guys look behind me, my bed is made. That is something that I've been trying to do more of. It's something that just kicks into your mind. I don't know why, but having a clean bed and having a made bed feels so good. Just to like, even if I'm just going to work and I come back home and my bed's made, it feels good. I've heard this from my therapist before. I've heard this from TED Talks, and I've heard this from other podcasts before about just feel good and mindfulness and about things like that. Making your bed is very good for that. And I can't even explain to you why, but I know it is. And it has felt pretty good. I've been keeping my desk area very, very clean. I don't have any in-person classes this semester, unfortunately. I did an entire year of online school last semester and last year. This semester I have nothing in person. I do have a group project I'm working on with some other students, and that requires us to be in the gaming lab and connecting that way. So I do go to campus sometimes, but overall I'm online. I'm at my setup right here in my room. I like to keep my area clean here so that in turn it also makes me feel good to get up, to turn my PC on, and to work. What's another good habit? I've been doing my best to keep well balanced, a good balance between schoolwork and my leisure time. I It's been pretty jumbled lately. I feel like I haven't been working as much just because I've been so focused on school. Um, I've also been in between jobs, so my availability has been up and down at one and starting to raise at the other. I currently have two jobs, so that's just another thing I gotta figure out as time goes on. But yeah, those are just a couple like little things that I've been getting into a good habit of. Um, Something else I'm very proud of lately is that I haven't been ordering food out. I got into or food from out, takeout or anything like that. I got into a really, really bad habit of ordering food from different fast food places over the summer. I would just get super lazy and I'd be sitting in my chair here playing video games, and it's so convenient these days, right, guys? You just turn on your phone, open Uber Eats, open Skip the Dishes or whatever, order food quick, goes right to your credit card, pay off the credit card, right? It's so convenient these days, and that can be a very dangerous thing. Um, yeah, life. Life has been interesting, guys. I To say the least. It's just been it's been interesting. I don't even know how to explain it. I've been struggling lately just with my anxiety. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I talked about it a lot at the start. Um I just want you guys to know that that is why I'm taking so long to get these episodes out. It's 1:30 in the morning on Friday right now. I'm going to try and have this episode out by the end of the day today, if that's a possibility. So, if you guys are hearing this on a Friday, then I should give myself a pat on the back. But if not, then maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. I'm recording this episode today. It is Friday, September 24th at 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to try my best to get this episode out. But life's just been like hitting me left, right, and center. I'm getting clocked from every direction by life and just trying to keep my head above water. That's been the struggle right now. I can't tread water. So yeah, that's been a struggle, but I kind of want to turn the table now and talk about what I wanted to talk about um for this podcast episode, which was which was this podcast is called The Ups and Downs of Autumn. So kind of what are the pros and cons of the fall time, right? This is an interesting time of year for a lot of people. And for people who suffer from seasonal affective disorder, you know how this time of year can affect you. The sun goes down earlier, it's dark, the days are short. Um, you're not getting that vitamin D that your body needs. That you're having a chemical imbalance in your brain because you don't have that vitamin D that you need. Um, so that's one of the cons of the fall time of autumn. Uh, School starting up for a lot of people, that in turn causes stress, unless you're a good student. But me, not. So trying to find that balance between school and life. And what does that mean for students? That's another con. Uh, Colder weather. I don't do well in the cold weather. I I played hockey for 12 years and I still to this day hate the cold. Um Never really affected me while I was on the ice, but I just remember going to the rink in like the cold winter days. It would be like minus 20 degrees Celsius outside and I'm freezing. And then I walk into the arena, it's even colder in there. And yeah, it's just not a fun time overall. So that's kind of the cons. But what are the pros of this time of year? I kind of compiled a tiny little list, and it is very tiny. Holiday season. This is a time of year where there's some pretty good lineups of holidays, and it's a fun time. And I feel like you can just kind of get into that mood and that mindset once these holidays come around. I love Halloween. That's coming up next month. Thanksgiving also coming up next month, right? A couple months from now we have Christmas, which is my favorite holiday. It's a good time of year for that, all right? You can get excited. You can start to feel that serotonin from thinking about that kind of stuff, and it gets you fired up. It gets you hyped. For me personally too. Um, like when Halloween rolls around and I get to watch the Halloween movies with Michael Myers or Halloween Town, stuff like that, or all like I remember growing up. Let me know if you guys remember this. Like growing up, all your favorite shows, they would always have that like special Halloween episode, right? My favorite my favorite sitcom of all time is that 70s show, and I love the Halloween episodes in those. Um, a lot of I can't even think about some shows off the top of my head. I remember SpongeBob growing up, like the graveyard shift with the hash slinging slasher. Um, like just like Family Channel shows, Sweet Life on Deck, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, the ghost episode in Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, that was a good one. Um, What other shows did I watch? Oh, I can't think of any shows that I watched growing up. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Anybody that's like around my age. You guys get the idea. You guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to like the Halloween episodes. And that the same thing goes for like Thanksgiving and Christmas episodes. There's always those like special episodes. I used to get so amped around Christmas time to watch Home Alone on repeat because it's always on TV around Christmas time. I love Home Alone. It's my favorite Christmas movie. But there's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of those kind of Christmas shows that can get you into the mood and that can get you fired up for the holiday season. When I think about fall, I think about the leaves falling. I think about sweater weather and rain and just like Halloween. That's like the big thing with fall. I started to rewatch Stranger Things on Netflix. And guys, if you haven't watched Stranger Things yet, what are you doing? Get on that, guys. I'm telling you right now. It is a really, really good show. It's a very, very well written show. And yeah, I've been rewatching that. I remember the first time I watched it was October 2019, I think. And I just remember watching it and I was like, man, like this gets me so hyped for the fall. Like I just love this time of year. It gets me super excited for this. And like that in turn just like again boosted my mood. So the idea I'm getting at here is like yes, we have the stress, we have the seasonal depression, sun's out for a shorter period of time, colder weather, but like there's that balance there, guys. There's the balance when it comes to the goods and the bads of the fall time. Like how can we turn this shit around? That's the idea. Yes, we have all the downs, we have all the cons, but what are the pros, right? I'm stressed as hell in school, but at least I get to sit here and binge Stranger Things. I'm sitting here at my computer all day anyways. Like when I'm done, when I log out of my Google Meet or my Zoom meeting from school, maybe I just take a second, maybe I take an hour, I watch an episode of Stranger Things. When it comes closer to Halloween time, maybe I take a night and I just watch Halloween with Michael Myers, the original one from the 70s or the 80s. I love that movie. Guys, it gets me so fired up for Halloween. I can't even explain to you. Um but yeah, guys, like overall I'd say that's about it. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot shorter of an episode for sure. Um but I'm going to have to ease my way back into it. I have an episode planned um that I want to record with one of my best friends, Dallas. I plan on recording that one soon. I know, guys, in the past episodes I've said I planned on doing this. I planned on doing this. I planned on releasing these episodes every 2 weeks. But guys, you have to realize that life hits me left, right, and center sometimes. And I carry a lot of that weight when I can't put an episode out. Um, this is something that I'm super, super, super passionate about. So, and this is something that I hope sticks because I've been on YouTube for probably 6 or 7 years now. I've been uploading videos to YouTube, not consistently at all. Like I don't have a lot of videos, but I have been uploading for that amount of time. I've been streaming on Twitch for like 6 years now. I have trouble with consistency, guys, and you guys, I hope that you guys can understand that. Um, I get very anxious, and I can't explain to you guys why. I'm still to this day looking for that answer. I have no idea. I could not tell you why mental illness works the way it does. But again, like I said, I know the pros. There's that balance, right? Some days I don't see it, but when I do realize it, it works out well, and I feel good. I have that balance. I wake up, and it's a rainy day, but on that rainy day, I'm stuck inside, right? Watch an episode of Stranger Things, watch the Halloween movie, play some video games to pass the time, to keep my mind off of things. And that, like, it's not even just keeping your mind off things, it's easing your mind. It's helping you, right? Finding a way to smile on the rainy days, on the dark days, on the cold days of fall. Find a way to smile, guys. That's the message that I wanted to get across in this episode. Suicide Prevention Month. We can continue to do our part. We can grow out of this stigma and the name that our generation has. We can grow out of that, because older generations look down and they say this generation is fucked. And there are days that I agree, but we can change that. We have the power to. We are the future, right? We need to do better as a generation, guys, and it starts with yourself. Self-evaluation every single day. If you're feeling down, how can I make myself smile today? What can I do better with myself? And in turn, how can I help somebody else smile, and how can I help somebody else cope with what they're going through every single day, right? That's why I'm doing this podcast. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you guys. And in turn, it's helping me. It's helping me to help you. This wasn't easy to do by any means, this episode in particular. Okay, I want to kind of explain to you guys why, and I don't think I've done this already in a previous episode, but I want to read to you guys a poem called When I Close My Eyes, which was the inspiration for the title of this podcast. I want you guys to really think about the mindset that I was in when I wrote this poem. This is something that I wrote probably at 4 a.m. on a very, very dark night, when I was going through my night terrors, when I was going through my insomnia, just when I was going through something in general. I want you guys to really picture the mindset that I was in. And I don't want to end on a bad note by any means, but I want you guys to realize that this is raw emotion. This is what vulnerability sounds like. Okay, so let me read this to you guys quick. When I close my eyes, it feels like I'm stuck in a bad dream where nothing I do can compute to long-term happiness. I keep running, I stumble, I fall. This bad dream is full of darkness, with no light at the end of the tunnel. One of those bad dreams where even when you wake up, you're still in it. The bad dream turns into a living nightmare. I stare into the mirror, and in that reflection, I see you standing next to me. Cold-blooded and heartless, the serpent in my mind that continues to poison my every thought. Gentle, soft steps in broad daylight, before you slither into the night. You ran back to what hurt you most. Now you trap me here, in this empty void, which has no end. A bottomless pit of despair that grabs me and pulls me deeper until I can no longer breathe. That poem right there, guys, is the inspiration for this podcast name, the podcast name. I must have been going through a breakup. This was a long time ago that I wrote that. It's not my favorite piece of writing, but I liked the meaning behind it, and I feel like it's stuck. And I think about my growth since I wrote that poem, and it's something that I can look back on and be happy with now, because I've had so much personal growth since then. I used to look in the mirror and hate myself, and I hated who I was. And hate's a strong word, but it is true. I was not happy with the person that I was. And now I can honestly say that I do love myself. But life's been hard, guys. And I know I'm not the only one. You guys go through it too. But, like, thinking back now, how have you grown over the past couple years? Right? Think about the big picture. I'm still battling depression. The anxiety hasn't gone away. I still have insomnia on some nights. Other nights I sleep like a rock. But think about that balance, the pros and cons. How have you grown over the past couple of years? I can look back and say, honestly, I have grown. It's been a ride. It's been a roller coaster. I've had nights where I lie in bed and cry. I've had nights where I go to sleep and I feel great. And I go to sleep with a smile on my face. It's about that balance, guys. Life isn't always going to be sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. It's a cold world we live in. And only you can continue to write your story and write the next chapter and keep your pen on the paper. Because you just never know. You never know when your last day is going to be. But you can't think about that. Because right now you just have to live in the present. And think about how can you continue to be happy every single day? And how can you live life to the fullest? Right? Guys, this episode's been all over the place, but I want to thank you guys for continuing to support me and for giving me this platform to speak to you guys and to spread a message that I want to spread. I know that my voice is raspy as hell. It's because it's almost 2 in the morning now, and I've been talking for a little bit. But this was an episode that I was so scared to record, and now that I've done it, and now that we're here, I feel good. And I feel like I was able to get my message across, finally. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I tried to record this like 2 weeks ago, and I just had to stop because I could not get my words out. And I was shaking, and I was anxious. For whatever reason today my PC was actually off. I was about to go to sleep, and then I like literally went to the washroom, came back, turned my PC back on, and I'm like, okay, it's time. It's time to just record this episode, and I'm happy I did. So, yeah, guys. So for the people who are looking at me right now on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. For my lovely Spotify viewers who are listening at home, on your drive, in the library, wherever the hell you are, thank you guys for listening, and again for giving me this platform to talk about life, and for me to talk about serious shit, because somebody's got to say it, right? Somebody's got to talk about it. We need to continue to spread this message and to keep the message going and to keep the conversation going. This is important, guys. We are the future generation. We write the next chapter, right? Let's start to make it a good one. Let's turn this chapter around, because it's gone bad, but we can make it good. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night whenever you guys are watching or listening to this. All of my social medias and everything will be linked down below. Like I said earlier in the episode, if you guys ever need to reach out to me about anything, my line is always open. Shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, do whatever you need to do. I'm here to talk. This is a hard time, but it's about the balance. I'm so tired, guys. I'm going to go right into bed and sleep right after this. So hopefully I have this episode out by the end of the day today, and I hope you guys can enjoy it over the weekend. But yeah, guys, please continue to find that balance in life. That was the big message. This is the ups and downs of autumn, right? The balance. Have a fantastic day or night whenever you guys are watching or listening to this. I already said that, but I'm going to say it again, and we will catch you in the next one. See ya.